You want to know how to get good quick with traditional gear? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to run you through it. This is how I was able to pick this bow up in December and harvest a deer 2 weeks later with this very same bow and made a daggone good shot. There's a myth with traditional hunting that you've got to shoot years and years and years to craft a skill. I'm going to show you guys a very easy and simple and efficient way to get in the vitals. Now, being good at with archery is very subjective. What might be good to me might not be good to you. What might be good to you might not be good to her. So for all intents and purposes, I'm going to show you guys the steps that I went through to get into the vitals at 20 yards consistently in a matter of 3 weeks. In this video, we're going to be going over a quick aiming system. We're not going to be touching tuning on this video, and we're not going to be touching shot technique. I personally have other videos on those topics, as well as I'd like to refer you to Clay Hayes, Jeff Phillips, Shot IQ with Joel Turner. Great archers. They've been doing it for years, and they've got a lot of stuff on how to get a bow set up, how to tune a bow, and proper shot technique. What I'm going to be going over is my process and my aiming system that I utilized from day 1 to 3 weeks after that in killing my first deer. So here we go. All right. First things first, and just give me a little of your trust and faith just for a little bit of time. Try what I'm telling you. If you don't like it, change it. It's a beautiful thing about traditional archery is you can change your anchor point and you can change your shot technique day to day. But this is what worked for me. Give it a try if you're new in traditional archery. First things first, take a look at my string. I'm going to try to zoom in here. Take a look at the string. I've got 3 knocking points. You have your original knocking points. Go about an inch below that and put another set knocking point. It's more or less a fixed crawl, but I use it for 2 different reasons. When you knock that arrow, and you've got that arrow up in your string, and you come to full draw, whatever anchor point, and I'm going to show you what anchor point I use, and I come all the way back, I'm looking right down that arrow. I'm gun barreling that arrow. It's the easiest way. The way I shoot is going to be more of a gap-stinctive method because I'm definitely paying attention to where the tip of my arrow is, but I'm also paying attention and focusing exactly where I want to hit. I'm gun barreling down the arrow, and I'm using a little Kentucky windage. But that comes with multiple times shooting, learning your bow. Getting started out, first things first, I want you to take a target and put it out about 3 yards. 3 yards. And I want you to get used to just drawing your bow back and just firing. 3 yards. This is so close, you're not really going to be different. You look down that arrow, you're not going to be much off point of aim, point of impact. And I want you to just throw arrows from here. Just rip arrows. Just throw arrows from a close range first. I want you to get used to drawing your bow back. And this is what I did. First things first. And I'm just throwing arrows. Just getting used to it. There you go, 3 yards, maybe 3, 4, 5 yards. That's how I want you to start. If you've got a hay barrel and you want to hay barrel a little bit, a big target, if you've never shot a bow before, get a hay barrel. It takes a lot of the room for error out, but start shooting close. Learn your bow. Get consistent draw. Traditional archery is about consistency. It's about doing the same thing every time. If your release isn't perfect, but you do it the same exact time every time, you're going to be consistent. Second step in this process. Now we're going to move our target of choice out to about 10 yards. 10 yards. You can range it, you can step it off. We're going to start from here. So what I'm gonna be doing, using that gap stinctive method, is I'm gonna be knocking an arrow, gun barreling that arrow. I'm looking directly down that arrow. I wanna make sure my third knocking point in my fixed crawl brings that arrow right under my eye so I can look right on down the gun barrel. This is gonna be the easiest way that you guys can get precisely on paper in the vitals up to 20 yards. Trust me, give it a try. So we're gonna throw a couple arrows at 10 yards. What I'm gonna do from 10 yards is I know that my fixed crawl, because I've shot this bow plenty, I know that at about 22 yards with this fixed crawl, it's gonna be point of aim, point of impact if I look directly at that tip and put it in the center of that block. Now what I'm doing with gap stinctive is I'm not just focusing on the tip. I'm focusing on the spot I wanna hit, but subconsciously, I know where that tip's at. I'm not shooting instinctively. I'm not just phasing everything out and shooting based on a sight picture. I know where my tip's at all points. At 10 yards, if you gun barrel that arrow, and it's gonna change based on your poundage and draw length, but I know that if I aim about five inches low at 10 yards, if I focus and put my tip about 5 inches low, I know I'm gonna hit center. So here we go, watch this. Dead center. Throw arrows. Now you might spend a day, an entire week at 10 yards. I'm running this through you guys quick. Stay at 3 to 4 yards for a week. Then move out to 10 yards. Give it a week. Then move out to 15 yards. Give that a week or two. Get consistent. Work on the yardages. And then start changing your yardage up and shoot something different every time. Because you might have a deer at 12 yards. You might have a deer at 16. So you don't want to get focused on shooting the same yardage every time. And like Fred Eichler says, shoot 1 arrow a day. Once you've got zoned in and you're ready to hunt, 1 arrow a day, because it's the first arrow that matters. The third arrow doesn't matter. It's the first arrow. So here we are at 10 yards. I'm aiming about 5 inches low. I'm looking down the barrel of this arrow, following it through to my target, and I'm about 5 inches low here, hitting dead center. Here we go. Those arrows are literally on top of one another. And this is exactly what I did to be able to kill my first deer in 3 weeks. So you don't need to do this for years. There is something beautiful and romantic about shooting pure instinctual. Like Jeff Phillips, you watch him, he looks great. He does it wonderfully. But that takes years of shooting your bow. I want you to be able to pick a bow up and hunt with it that season effectively. I'll throw one more, 10 yards. Three arrows. I'm gonna zoom into that right there. Alright guys, third step, and this is not rocket science. I have moved my target out to 15 yards. Now I want you guys to at least get 15 yards a week of consistently shooting 10 to 15 arrows a day. Because as a new archer in the traditional world, you don't want to wear yourself out. You want to shoot. You want to make sure the poundage for your bow and your choice works for you. I'm shooting 53 pounds. That works for me. 40 pounds might be perfect for you to start working on your technique. But today, all we're working on is shot placement. We're working on an aiming system that will get you where you need to be quick, fast, and efficiently. Third step, 15 yards. Now you're gonna notice, this is when stuff starts getting really frustrating. Your groups are gonna start to expand a little bit here. To me, 15 yards is a 35-yard shot with a compound bow. 15 yards is not necessarily a chip shot, so don't get frustrated with yourself. Give it time, shoot, and get consistent. Throw 3 arrows at 15 yards and let you guys see. So here we go. 15 yards, and I'm gonna zoom in. Now at 15 yards, when I draw, I'm still gun barreling this arrow. I'm gonna be about 2 to 3 inches low at 15 yards, and that's gonna put me dead center. So think with me, 5 inches at 10 yards, about 2 inches at 15 yards, and about 20 to 22 yards, I'm dead on. And guess what, guys? I'm not shooting past 20 yards at a deer with a traditional bow. I'm just not gonna do it. You don't need to. I'll take you guys back and show you a 30-yard shot. It can be done. I can do it pretty consistent because I've been shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting. But you don't need to do it, especially for a new traditional archer. If you're deer hunting, keep it in 20 yards. Shoot, keep it in 15 yards. All my setups, 12 to 15. That's my chip shot. That's where I want to live. 15 yards, here we go. 2 inches low. Guys, I've got 3 in the dead center. I've got 1 stray arrow, but nobody's perfect. It just takes time. Shoot, shoot, and shoot. But I've been at this for not quite 3 months now, and I can consistently hit a deer in the heart or lungs. That's what you're looking for, that vital shot. Think about the deer's lungs. You're looking like that. So you got a lot of room for arrow. That's what makes a good archer, right? Get it in those vitals, and this is how you can do it in 3 weeks. So third step, it's 15 yards. I'm gun barreling that arrow still. I'm not putting all the focus on the tip of that arrow. I want to emphasize that. I'm putting more focus on where exactly I want to hit, and I'm phasing that arrow and subconsciously noticing where that arrow tip is at. It's a in-between gap shooting and an instinctual method that works for me, and it's quick and it's efficient. Guys, give this a try. Give a lot of time, 15 yards and in. And then you want to craft your skill, go out to 25 yards, go out to 30, because at those distances you're going to notice every little thing that you do wrong, and it's going to help you to clean that stuff up. You shoot, I promise you this, and comment down below, let me know how this system works for you. But I promise you, if you shoot at 30 yards, you might have a group that's all over the place, right? But with repetition, you're gonna get better and better and better. Shoot at 30 yards and then bring it back into 15 yards. And I promise you, your groups are gonna be within a baseball. Because what you're doing is subconsciously, you're feeling everything at 30 yards. Every little thing. If your release isn't perfect, if your alignment is not great, right? If your arrow, if you're gun barreling and you're aiming off the tip of your arrow, if it's just a little off at 30 yards, it's gonna be egregious. You're going to notice that, whereas at 10 yards, it's not gonna impact you that much. So I encourage you to shoot at those long distances, just to get reps and to clean up what you're doing. Well guys, this is it. Quick and simple. Keep it 15 yards and in, gap stinctive. At 10 yards, 5 inches below. At 15 yards, I'm 3 inches below, phasing that tip out. At 22 yards, I'm point of aim, point of impact. I'm gonna give you a couple shots here at 25 yards and we'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, We've got our target. I'm gonna double check for you guys. 22 yards. So at this distance, I'm aiming directly down the arrow. I'm gun barreling that arrow, subconsciously focusing on that tip. That tip, it should be point of aim, point of impact. So let's see what we get. Dead center. Dead center. Zoom into that. Zoom into that. Here we go. I'm going to zoom in and show you guys. Dead center. One arrow. Let me get focus. If you're still watching, thank you. I promise you, give this a try. We shot it 3 to 4 yards. We backed it up to 10. We backed it up to 15. And now we're ending at 22 yards. For me, for my equipment, this is max yardage. I'm not going over it. I threw one arrow at this distance, ranged it, boom, right in the center. Now guys, I've only been shooting traditional equipment for 3 months, but this is my process. This is what I did to allow me to harvest a deer within 3 weeks of shooting a longbow and make a daggone good shot at that. So if you like what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below your experience and how this process worked for you guys. Thank you.